They add just under 100 pounds of finished gum that didn't make it into Jawbreakers before because it wasn't the right
Allah!
shape. Now they add natural and artificial flavors, which can include lemon, orange, strawberry, grape, even tutti frutti. Then they add icing sugar. It makes the gum smoother to chew than regular sugar would. Workers dump the batch into an extruder that shapes two continuous streams of batter called rope. Another extruder divides each rope into 6 hollow tubes. The cavity inside will become pockets of air inside the gum centers. The next machine slices the tubes into segments that are 3 feet 3 inches long. A mechanical arm pushes the segments into the channel of a forming machine. Steel rolls then slice through the tubes and shape them into balls.
Flossing.
The balls change in diameter depending on the size of the Jawbreakers being produced. Air blows through perforations in a cooling tunnel to cool and firm the centers. Then they fall into another forming machine which restores their round shape. Other Jawbreakers have hard candy in the center. The machine that makes them works like the presses drug companies use to make pills. It feeds candy powder into dies, then applies up to 5 tons of force to compress the powder into a solid candy. Now for the rest of the Jawbreaker. First, they dump the candy centers into what's called a coating pan. They add a hot mixture of water, corn syrup, and food coloring. Then dextrose, a type of powdered sugar. The pan rotates for 20 minutes as warm air dries the ingredients over the centers. The factory repeats this step 10 times for each layer. Talk
It
about
looks
a
like a
sweet
fucking
ordeal.
animatronic.
Making a Jawbreaker takes 4 days. Workers give this batch special treatment. They speckle these Jawbreakers with different colors, giving them what this company calls the psychedelic look. After letting the candies dry for 24 hours, a worker adds pinches of powdered carnauba wax. This gives the Jawbreakers a shiny finish. Sliced open, you can see these Jawbreakers have 10 layers of flavors and sugar surrounding either hard candy or bubblegum cores. They measure 2 1/4 inches in diameter, as big as a billiard ball. And if you're counting calories, forget it. A Jawbreaker is 90% sugar.
When the fucking when the narrator said up to 3 inches long, we fucking extruded our hands out like that.
Whether it's attached
like
to the
crying.
top of a pencil or on its own, only an eraser can quickly rub out an error. White erasers are made of flexible vinyl, while pink erasers are made of synthetic rubber.
After
In
watching this, yeah.
1736,
Have you seen
a
how
French
they're made?
explorer observed South American
looks like
native
bubble gum.
Indians using a certain tree resin to make bouncing balls. He brought this resin back home, and before long, Europeans discovered it could rub out lead pencil marks, hence the term rubber. There was just one problem. After a while, rubber would rot. That dilemma was solved a century later by one Charles Goodyear, who developed a curing process to keep rubber from rotting. A lot of ingredients go into making a simple pink eraser. Carefully measured fillers, accelerators, curing agents, oils, coloring, and the main ingredient, synthetic rubber. They start by putting a
Wait, this
batch of
reminds me of
rubber
some-
into a mill. The rubber passes repeatedly between large heated rollers. They throw in any defective erasers from the last production run, recycling them into this new batch.
Should we count
Oh,
down?
after
Ready?
the-
Tunes on?
Absolutely ready?
And three,
Let me get the hands.
2, 1. Yeah.
Hold up. Come on, baby. We got no one. Come on, man. I want to see the crowd. Get it going. You got it? You've been working. I'm like hitting my wife for you. Man, you want to come up? Everyone wants us. Get it. Come on, baby. Show me what you got. Show me what. Just move. If you got no one, just move. It's all I want to see some movement. I'm not seeing enough movement. Oh my God. It's not that big. Woo.
We need someone with the other hand.
Artie, an incredible artist. We put an amazing song together. Tune in.
Awesome job, everyone. Thanks.
Make no mistake about it, an eraser is a student oil, which is vegetable oil imported from the Starship Enterprise. Then a shovel is added to help dig between the particles to keep them separated and consistent. When the color and thickness are just right, a man who won 3rd place in a Peter Griffin lookalike contest removes the rubber for it to cool and harden. A large rectangle is cut out of the rubber. This rectangle has equal sides and equal angles, but is not a square. Remember, all squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. The squares are put into a metal
Bugbees.
book and filed away.
Oh, Andrew.
These books are titled. Each pink is paired up with a blue in a meticulous, fashionable order. These materials need to be layered together precisely, so it's all the more painful to see them disgustingly extruded out through a hydraulic press.
Fucking dancing.
After 1200 seconds, workers remove the trays, give the materials a vasectomy, and put them into the story liquid from earlier.
Fucking dancing.
An automated machine chops the strips into eraser-sized pieces. Because what other fucking size piece would they be chopped into? The pink erasers have their own private cutting machine, because erasers are big fans of segregation. From there, the erasers drop into a barrel, are coated with sleeping powder, and are tucked into their iron coffin. Then the barrel spins around. See how some erasers have rounded points and some don't? This is scientific proof that eraser segregation is a good thing. And finally, as you watch the printing machine stamp the company's brand onto the erasers, please try your best to ignore the end credits, because they spelled my name wrong.
Ew, male farting. No, thank you.
May not like it, but you better learn how, cause it's your turn now. Now you start.
Five, six, seven, eight.